Hello trader, this is a complete multi-time frame analysis on euro dollar and GBP USD as upcoming CPI could make this instrument pretty volatile. Very important week as quite a few high impact news later this week on dollar. So therefore expecting significant movement. Looking first of all at euro dollar, looking at the highest time frame monthly to see how the market is evolving, we can see that monthly open on euro dollar with a gap. There was a massive gap open on euro USD, creating a higher low here and also lower high. Previous monthly candle is a pure doji. And this month the market opened with a massive gap in that area. Now with that gap open, what we can see, euro dollar created series of lower high in that area, and with that series of lower high formation, euro dollar with this massive gap open, initially we have seen a significant bounce, tested the upper shadow of the previous monthly doji, and we have seen that there was a deeper pullback. Currently the market trying to bounce again on the lower time frame. As it is trying to move back up, we might see potential retest of this current monthly high. So therefore lower time frame could be bullish on euro dollar. Dropping down to the weekly chart, how the market is evolving. Previous weekly candle doji weekly, so we initially expected a big drop here. As the market opened with a gap, we might see now some pullback, as this is the monthly high, also the weekly high. As there was a gap open, we might see now potential retest of this weekly high, as there is a weekly bearish candle here followed by lower high. We might see the price may retest this zone here above this weekly high, below this weekly low. Could be a zone that where euro dollar may try to retest and then continue to drop. If we look at the daily chart to see how the market is preparing, we can see that there was gap open. This gap is a big gap, and back to back 2 days so bull move. Today we have seen the price, once the market open, trying to retest the upper shadow of the previous daily candlestick pattern. So here we can see that today is the market open. Once the market open here, the price tested this low and has got a bounce to the upside. And with that bounce, what we can expect on euro dollar for the price to retest and then to return back up again to create a new higher high. Now looking at the intraday perspective from 4-hour time frame on euro USD, we can see that with this gap open, the market formed a double bottom, a complete bounce to the upside followed by pullback with two important narrow doji formation. Now this session so far creating a higher low, it's still bullish. If we look for the lower time frame to see, we can spot this strong uptrend here with this inverted head and shoulder, breakout pullback, bounce, sideways movement, another move. So this is where the market in a zone where we may see deeper pullback here. This is the daily support, which is also an important liquidity zone. That could be a level that we might look for potential entry after a price action confirmation. If we see that later today the market is coming to that level, testing that support, we can expect a potential entry on euro dollar for this potential move to the upside. As soon as we will find suitable entry, we'll be looking for going long. Now looking at British pound US dollar, looking at the monthly chart, we can see that from the monthly perspective, GBP USD, here is the monthly price action. From this resistance line, there's a massive drop here with this gap open on British pound US dollar. From the monthly, the price forms series of lower high, and with this gap open so far, we can see the initial bounce pull back to the downside, expecting GBP USD again to have another bounce in that market. Looking at the weekly chart to see how price is evolving, we can see that from the weekly perspective, forming series of higher low, which is a sign of a potential local upside here. As we see, previous weekly candle is a long wick. The price opened with a gap, tested the low, and again we see that there is a potential bounce that might lead that price potentially retest this weekly resistance line. If we look at the daily chart, we can see that there's a daily bullish impulse previous daily candle. Today so far there isn't much movement yet, as there is a CPI coming, and we might see that during the CPI the price may try to retest this high. So lower time frame price action, if we look at 1 hour chart here, we can see that there is an uptrend after this inverted head and shoulder complete breakout, sideways movement. The price is coming again for a potential break of structure. That's where we'll be looking for potential bullish trading opportunity in euro, GBP USD, along with euro dollar. I hope that traders enjoyed this important analysis on these two major pairs coming up later today on CPI, expecting an entry opportunity. I hope that you enjoyed this education analysis. Make sure, guys, also you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.